Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the media. Today we're here to talk about the celebration of the Bermuda National Heroes Day and the weekend of activities that are about to happen. This year we're going to be celebrating, and there's lots of new additional activities that are taking place over this 4-day weekend. Approximately 18 different events will be held across the island, and it's going to be a very hectic weekend for all concerned. These events are scheduled to take place from Dockyard to St. George's over this 4-day period. One of the events is the Juve Carnival, which we think everybody is going to be most concerned about because it takes place at 3 a.m. in the morning and ends at 8 a.m. in the morning. Due to some changes, the event is now going to take place in the Dockyard area on Moresby Plains to the Road of Bermudians. That would be the Malabar Field or the Island Field next to the Westgate Correctional Facility. However, I can assure you that over this weekend, the Bermuda Police Service will have a robust police presence at all of the major events, and we endeavor to have a police presence both on the water as well as on land. With that in mind, we want to remind the public about some of the responsibilities that you have, because as the Bermuda Police Service polices on the authority of the community, we think that we should share some of these responsibilities. All of the events this weekend are designed for people to enjoy the holiday, and I can tell you now, antisocial behavior will not, and I repeat, will not be tolerated over this weekend. You will see additional units patrolling island-wide, and we'll be assisting members of the public where we can and responding to our regular calls for service. Alcohol will be available at the majority of these functions over the weekend. If you plan on consuming alcohol, we urge you do not drink and drive, or ride or operate a watercraft or anything that requires your full attention. Do not drink and drive. You will see increased patrols with our Operation Traction, which is designed to change the behavior of driving in Bermuda. We will be fully implementing that over this weekend, and you will see units from our Roads Policing Unit, the Marine Section, and our regular patrols will be active. And any individual suspected of operating a vehicle whilst impaired will be arrested and placed before the courts. These events are designed for people to enjoy their holiday. However, any antisocial behavior, as I said, will not be tolerated. If you plan on being on the water, please have a float plan. Let someone know where you're going to be. Make sure that your boat is equipped with all of the proper safety equipment. Decals are properly placed to make sure that your boat is registered. And when you swim, please don't swim alone. Unfortunately, we've had 2 incidents this year where people lost their lives. So we're asking you, again, not to combine alcohol with any of these pleasures. And when you're swimming, make sure that you take the appropriate steps not to become a victim. If you plan on traveling to any of these groups, some safety advice that we will offer is not to travel alone, travel in groups or pairs, avoid parking or walking from dimly lit areas, and try not to park in isolated areas. There's going to be a lot of activity focused, and it's going to be loud, so try to keep with the group and not put yourself in any unnecessary peril or danger. In addition, and most importantly, please, we're encouraging and we're requesting that people be patient. Road rage is something that we don't want to see. We are expecting some major traffic disruptions. These events are on public property, and in some cases, the roads will be closed. Please abide by any directions given to you by police officers or any marshals who are a part of this part of these activities. So exercise some patience. Some of the roads will be closed, and some may be closed on the day, so we may not be aware of what's happening. So things are going to be happening according to the event. So please bear with us and exercise some patience. In particular, on Friday night, Front Street will be closed to vehicular traffic between Court and Queen Streets. We ask that you remove any parked vehicles from along Front Street by 4 p.m. on Friday. The activities are going to commence around 7 p.m. and we need to clear the street in order for the organizers to get in and set up for their event. There will be no parking again along Front Street after 4, and additionally, Burnaby Street will also be closed from Front to Reed. So govern yourselves accordingly if you can. The traffic going out of town will be on Church Street and some of the other streets because Front Street will be closed to vehicular traffic. On Saturday, there will be traffic disruptions in the dockyard to facilitate the parade of the bands. Unfortunately, the organizers, because of a change of venue, are still ironing out some of the final details, but we do anticipate having that information, and we'll bring it to you as it becomes available. But there will be some traffic disruptions in the dockyard area, and persons need to be aware. So in future broadcasts, those details will be made abundantly clear. We also recognize that there will be live music associated with some of these events. And we encourage people to have a conversation with your neighbors, have a conversation with people, and if the noise is going to affect you, if possible, make alternate arrangements. Yeah.
We'll open it up for questions at this time, and also we will give you a hard copy of what Mr. Smith has said just now, just in case that may be a bit much for you. Questions, please, on this topic first, and then we can share.
Mr. Smith, you talked about having a float plan, but what about violence on the water? Are you guys prepared for that?
Yeah, we're prepared for all eventualities, and again, we're pleased with the permission of the community. So we're asking those people, those responsible people, to have an eye out and to give us a call if they see anything untoward or suspicious. We're just asking the general public, because the majority of the meetings, the vast majority of the meetings, are good law-abiding citizens. It's that little handful that's going to create some problems, and we can assure you that in the event that does happen, that we will be able to address it.
Will the police have checkpoints coming in and leaving these functions?
There will be checkpoints. I mentioned our Operation Traction, and again, that operation is designed to change the behavior of driving, speeding, alcohol use, just bad driving habits. So there will be checkpoints island-wide throughout this weekend.